Hi Eddie, this is just this video I was going to do about what we're going to work on for working with our right hand technique. Okay, so we'll start off with just me describing these three hand positions. First one is our, where we're just with our wrist, and it's where you're got a great skill at that already. So this is very flexible, and I think you're feeling comfortable that you could conquer certainly 130s happily at that. As you start to rise to 140s, there start to be some more forearm motion, which I think is a good thing. So there's the second motion, which I'm working on, which is really just forearm, because my wrist can't go above, but if I try 120, I'm really struggling just to get just my wrist moving with that. So I'm working with this. I am using like a trainer system just now. I mean, some people just use these all the time, but I'm using that to kind of remove some of the as tempo comes up, slipping between my fingers, which was one of the things that I would struggle with these. As I've moved on, using that, coming back to these picks, my technique is a lot more solid with it. So I'm kind of moving between those two. But back to the techniques. So forearm, you can see that on the lower one, where the forearm is, the wrist is straight there. And then we've got these ones that you'll see, like Eddie Van Halen would do it, where the wrist is, get the angle right, around that way, is like that. Gypsy jazzers will use this technique. It takes a while to get used to and to adapt to, but some people use that. So those are broadly the three techniques that I've seen talked about and witnessed. I suppose that there might be some variation. Everything else is about, to my perspective just now, is about the angle and how we hold the pick, how that might be affected differently. Obviously, I've got mine clasped to my thumb right now, so that sets it in one position. I do have other thumb picks. So this is the one that I've felt most comfortable with, and it is a Black Mountain pick, as opposed to I have these other Bumble picks, I think they're called, and they're a bit more flexible and they can move, but I don't particularly like them. So this is the one that I like. Okay, so first element is just straight ahead tempo. What can you do working at above your comfort level? So we're going to start with our I think we were doing 140 as where you started to I could see the wrist wasn't able to not that it was just out of time, but it was, you could see that it was struggle there. So we'll do a minute or so of that. So a good practice to find the tempo is to do the eights. So we're hearing 16ths there. Let me turn that down. Okay, so there's 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and... Okay, I'm going to start with eights against that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then into 16s. I'm going to try to play very quietly. Finding the beat with your foot. Slip. Be able to be relaxed while you do it, just as I spoke around it. But yeah, I'm not feeling a great deal of stress on my shoulder and my body while I'm doing that. It's being able to build that speed with the most efficient pace we can. Okay, so there's our challenge. There's the top of the mountain, I suppose. Just the hardest task we've got. Then the thing that you had said, I think we'll jump to that next, which is to say competency. So your intuition was working quite well at adapting to find quite higher tempos. But when we tried to read a pattern, Thunderstruck, or try to count with it, be sure when we're on a downbeat or an upbeat, that was harder. So we'll jump to the other area, the other end of the spectrum, I suppose, which is our slower pattern. So I think we'll jump down to something like 95. Okay. And just let your foot find the tempo before you play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like before, we're going to come back with the pick and we're going to do 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So we didn't do that routine on the fast one, obviously. So there's me playing 8s. They're just downstrokes, so I can be sure a bit easier to know how I'm syncing up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm still keeping tempo on my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So feeling very comfortable with that. Okay, so we're then going to try and do some synchronization between our hands. So in Thunderstruck, we've got this pattern where we're having to come off on each note. And that's about 133 we'll work at. We're going to work at, I think, at the same tempo just now. Just make sure we can get the synchronization of that. So we'll do incremental patterns. So we'll probably do like half a bar of open string, half a bar of D flat, or start on the D flat and then the open string. And the pattern, it's on the downbeats where we've got fretted notes and open strings. But for just now, we're going to do all 16ths from D flat for half a bar and all 16ths open string for half a bar. And then it will be one beat each, and then half a beat each, and then a 16th each. So here, same tempo, 95. So I'll start on the D sharp. Okay, 1, 2, 3, here we go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. And again. Okay, one beat each. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... One more. And again. Okay, half a beat each. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Okay, just jump there. So here's 1E and a 2E and we're going to go to 16ths. One E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E So the full pattern is. If you want to try that as a musical bit, we're just going to put down a chord of B flat. We'll just do like eighths. I'll just put the metronome on so we're at exactly the same tempo. You could try doing 16ths. All is double downs, that's a whole other thing. So that's going to be hard because it's essentially doubling your tempo. So that would be 95 would now be 180. So I didn't manage that at all well. So we'll keep to eighths. Drifting. Yeah, that was a bit high. It's the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Change again. 16ths. Do the same routine with your pinky. So that's got to get to 130. So there's just a synchronization issue there. So you get, like, say, your right hand can do a lot faster, but we want to, and all that, this section, we're just dealing with your comprehension, your clarity about what's going on, you're feeling it in your body, matching that up with clarity. The other thing we looked at would be Eye of the Tiger. I'm going to jump to 110 for that. Because on the right hand, all we've got to do is get that going. Okay. So for the first time we do it, we're just going to set up 16ths. We need 4 bars. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, chopped it off in the 4th bar for some reason. 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the metronome off. 3, 4. Oh, didn't hit the record properly. Start that again so I've got the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I miss one out? I did. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I didn't do enough of those. Let's get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Obviously now you've got the part, you can just play an octave over the C again and get used to that. Okay, got that done. Come back and record the rhythm part with a metronome. Now there's no time there, but you can feel it with your foot. There's tempo. That bit's there's a lot of syncopation in that. Dang, dang, dang. Dun, dun, dun. 3. That's a bit pushy on the rhythm part, I thought, there at the beginning. Anyway, there's a good tell of being able to match the competencies up there on that one. Obviously, you can look at the guitar part. It moves on the the part moves. Sorry, minor, major, then I'm not sure that it might do that, but we can look at the guitar part there to open that. And obviously practice, you can just make that at whatever tempo you feel, so working on that faster tempos, but you're going to have to get a jig, the rhythm part faster. Anyway, that kind of summarizes, I think, all the things that we went over about the right hand tempo things that we need to work on. Hopefully I didn't miss anything.